Hey guys, so I'm going to do try to do a fairly quick or comprehensive tutorial of using Premiere Pro to add in your title, your captions, and a progress bar to your video for Facebook or Instagram or whatever you want to do. So on here you click New Project. And you can name it whatever you want. So on this one, I'm going to do my mindset value video. You don't change the location because that's just where your projects are stored. This should be on software only. If you do acceleration, it'll change your colors really wonky. So Mercury Playback Engine software only. And then click OK. So now you're here project. So in order to put your video in here, you would have to click Import Media to start. Usually I just drag and drop, so I'm going to open my folder. My mindset value video is here, so I just pick it up, so I click, I drag, and I drop it. And there is my video. Alright. So then again, dragging and dropping, you click on it and drag it and drop it to your timeline. And there's your video right there. So there's your video. All of this, changing the canvas size, the background, this little logo I have there, I did all that with InShot on my phone before I put it on my computer. So I don't change the canvas size in Premiere Pro. InShot's free, and you can change the background color and stuff if you want funky colors. So then to put in a title on the top, you click File, New, and then, Legacy Title. So don't change any of these settings, but you can change the title if you'd like. I just put it to Title. Okay. So then this window pops up, and I'll select some text. I'll kind of, Alright, sorry about that. I will create, I don't know what's going on there. So I have my presets for my title text. I usually have it. The lemon font at 90. So with this font size that I'm dragging back and forth, you could see the numbers changing. So what you do is you hover over it with your mouse, you click, and then you drag from one side to the other, or you can just double click if you'd like, but I use it to 90, or you could just click it and change it to 90, whichever one. I'm not sure why it's not giving me a full, there we go. So there's where I'm going to write my title. So I'm going to write Mindset Matters. Oh, it didn't change didn't change anything after all that. There we go. Change my font type again. And I changed my text color. If you just widen this a little bit, the side panel will show you color down at the bottom. You just click on the color panel, and I'll just do it black. And you can change it if you want it. Center alignment, side alignment. You can change, in order to move it, so I know it's off center, to move it, you go to the arrow icon, the selection tool over on the side here, and you just move it however you want. I don't know what that is. Delete. So that's looking pretty good. I might make it one like that. That might look better. Looks a little off-center because I'm off-center in my video, but that's okay. I'll probably move it up because I'm going to put a border around it. So there's my title. So for a border, you just go back over to the side and click a rectangle, or you can click a rounded corner rectangle, or you can pick a clipped, like however you want. I just do a plain rectangle. It's pretty self-explanatory. It works pretty good. And I know it's filled, so over here on the side you unclick fill, and then you can move it a little bit. So in order to get to the border, there's this strokes that says outer strokes, add, and then you can put it to, I put it to 20. Makes it nice and bold. Kind of level that out a little bit. So if you find you want to move the text, it's underneath the rectangle, so you'd have to move the rectangle out of the way. Change your arrow, there we go. And then move this to the side a little bit, like however you want, and then put this back over top. Or you could just put this where you want it, and then move the words in there, like however you want to do it. But since you put the words in there first, then you have to move the rectangle out of the way to move the words if you want to already after you put the rectangle in. I hope that makes sense. So that is my title. So then you'll just X out of that. And that has shown up in your project box here. So now you can take that and drag it and drop it over top of your video in the timeline. And then just, I'm going to make this smaller there. So now you can make it the same all the way through, because you don't want to just, you don't want the title just for a part of it, right? You don't want it to disappear. So you want it for there for the entire video. Ta-da! There's your title. Now for captions, go to File and Import. Oh, for captions, I send all my videos to rev.com, so that's rev.com. They caption your video for $1 a minute, and then you can download the SRT file. It's super easy. These are all my SRT files. So this is mine for my video, this video specifically, because I sent this video to Rev and got this back. So now what I'll do is I will open that. Oops, and there's my captions there. So I will take that, drag and drop. So then to adjust them, to make them, if you want to make them a different color, if you want to make them a different size, I have my import settings changed so that they import at this size and with this font. But if you want to change that, or if you want to change, like, say they're pretty good. Oh, that one there's a little off center, so what I would do is I would take and like make it 2 lines, for example. So I'll go through all that. So then you just take your mouse and you double click. So that's your SRT file on there, double click, and there's your captions window comes up. So these are all your captions, every single one, and each in order. So if you want to change your font, you right click and select all. So all of your captions are selected. Change your font to whatever you want. If you want to be fancy, I like this font because it's very clear to read, Verdana, and I usually have it at 50, my size at 50. You can change the color if you want it red. Red, there, it's red, yay. I don't like it red because I have a white background, so I usually go black. Black. I take out this first tick. That drives me nuts. They do that, but that's okay. Oh, and positioning. You can position. So if you select all again, you can position this little box right here will move your captions around. So if you want it on the top, if you want it on the bottom, if you want it in the middle, if you want it on, yeah, anywhere. And then if you want to change the X or Y axis, that's pretty much it. You might be able to move them down a little bit if you hit enter, if you want them further down, maybe not. But play with that for a little bit. And you know, I can change so that does look off center to me, like it's not centered. So I will hit enter there and that looks better. So what I normally do is I sit here and I hit play and I will go through each. Actually, you know what? The first thing I do is I make sure that it starts at the right time, because if it starts at the right time, then every caption will be at the right time in your video. So if there's a bit of a delay in your video, that like at the beginning of your video, you'll probably need to move this caption bar on your timeline back to where you start. So
For the first 35 years of my life, my mind has only thought one way: abundance, scarcity, low self-esteem. I felt like I was a follower, and I felt like I was not good enough to achieve my dreams.
it's pretty bang on because it started talking right away. So I'm going to leave it like that. So now I'm going to go through it and make sure all of the captions, like the first one, are kind of centered and look good. There are some captions that I might put all in bold, or I might make all in caps, depending on the expression that I want to make with my captions. I hope that makes sense.
For the first 35 years of my life, my mind has only thought one way: abundance, scarcity, low self-esteem. I felt like I was a follower, and I felt like I was not good enough to achieve my dreams. When I found this self-development community disguised as an affiliate,
I want to put quotes on that. Self-development community. Let's see, it's there.
Disguised as an affiliate marketing company, I had no idea how down the far down the rabbit hole I'd gone. Sure, I have what I've always wanted in life: a loving husband,
And off.
two beautiful kids, a piece of land where I can see my horses play from my
Not lawn, land. Sorry, sounds like lawn because my mouth was frozen when I recorded this video. Yes.
play from my kitchen window, but there was something missing. After I become
That one's off. Stay-at-home mom.
Stay-at-home mom and left the workforce.
That one's.
To raise my kids, I felt like there was still a deficiency in my life. Maybe it was the camaraderie of being part of a
that how you spell camaraderie? Sorry, I haven't gone through all of this. I'll check that later. Being part of a team that I missed.
The team that I missed? Maybe it was deep inside me, I wanted even more than that. When I stumbled across this community, I wasn't looking to improve myself. I didn't know that by delving into self-development, everything in my life would get better.
I'm going to make that all caps. Everything in my life would get better. See? I love how you can change it so it's not just all like the same. You can change this. I can make this bold if I wanted to. Bold. Everything in my life would get better. I don't like to bold because it kind of looks weird, but at least it's all caps.
Better. Now I do things that I've never done before. I physically practice strategy.
They missed a comma. And I'm going to go dot dot. Physically practice gratitude. Oopsies. That's not what I wanted. Okay, sorry about that. I kind of had a little bit of a mess up, but I got it fixed. So, back to editing captions.
Daily. I embrace moving my body. I meditate. I repeat affirmations to myself daily. I read empowering educational books and I listen to empowering and educational podcasts. I'm absolutely loving the transformation that's happening within me and thus having an impact on all my relationships. The biggest changes I've noticed and had other noticed as well are increased positivity and improved communication. I'm better at taking situations as they present themselves. I'm more goal-oriented and I have increased leadership mentality. While you may be looking for opportunities to make more money or create more time freedom, self-development is a great way to start the process. Who knew? I'm Pam, and I'm the founder of New Beginnings Marketing. See you next time.
All right, so that is captions. Done and done. So if you want to keep these settings for next time you import, there's this little import settings button at the bottom. And you can, this is the standard setting, the SRT file setting. So that's why I import with SRT from Rev. And then you can pick your font family, your size, your color, if you have a background, but I have it, so yeah, there's no background on mine, but you can change the background if you'd like. Right here, you change the background color, and then you change it to, I have it at 0%, so 0% opacity, so there's no background. But if you have a different sort of, say you had a black background, but you wanted black writing, you could do a white background on it. Does that make sense? So like, watch this. This one, you could do black background, and you bring the opacity up and make it text color white. Look at that. It looks so cool. I don't like that, but if you like that, go for it. I'm going to change it back to black and no background. So yeah, so there's no save button here, you just X out of it. So now for the progress bar, you will go back up to, wait, let's scrub back up to, this is called scrubbing. When you go back and forth on the video like this, it's scrubbing. So you go scrub up to the very beginning again. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Go up to File and New again and Legacy Title again. So again, the video settings are the same. I'm going to name it Progress Bar just to make it simple. So this is my video. Yay. You're going to take the rectangle button, the rectangle tool over on this side. And you're going to make a rectangle wherever you want your progress bar. I like them across the bottom, like that. But you don't have to. You can put it wherever you want. Some people put it along the side, some people put it along the top, some people put it right in the middle, wherever you want. So my fill type is solid, and my color, you can pick whatever color you want for your progress bar. I have a specific color that I've been using with all of my videos, and I have the color code. It's like this purpley color. Yay. That's your progress bar. It's pretty cool. So now you can X out of that. And you take the progress bar now showing up on in your project window. So you take that and put it on top of everything else that you got going there. And like everything else, you want it to extend the full length of your video. So I'm just going to make it smaller so I can just go scoop. Done. Alright, so now it looks like it's the full length of the video for the full length of the video. And that kind of won't work because it doesn't look like it's progressing. So then you double click. Oops, that's not it. You want effect controls. Wait. Sorry. Sorry, I couldn't find my effect controls bar. So if you, when you go to do the progress bar and your effect controls isn't up here, go to Window and Effect Controls. Make sure that that's selected. So then you can do your progress bar. So what you do to change that, so you have it selected in your timeline, and then you come back up here to the top left corner here, and under Video Effects, go to Position, and there's called Toggle Animation, so it's a little stopwatch. You click it, and then you hover your mouse over the first 540 number here. You click and you drag it until you see no more or almost no more progress bar. It's like a little tiny lip there. That's at the beginning. So then you go back to your timeline here at the bottom, and you take this scrubber here and you scrub all the way to the end of your video like that. See you next time. And go back up to that same number and you click on it and you go the other way. So the first time I was going left to create a negative number, and now I'm going right to make sure that it, oops, don't want to go too far, there. So now it's completely covering the bottom of the video. So now as we go through, it scrubs or progresses. So there is, so that is a video for a title, captions, and a progress bar for your video. For on Premiere Pro, Adobe Premiere Pro specifically. I hope that answers any questions, and if you have any problems, then obviously you can go to window and see if there's any windows that are missing. If I've given you this video personally, definitely reach out and I will help you through any problems. Thank you. Hey guys, sorry I missed showing you how to export your video. So now that you've got all of your title and your captions and your progress bar, you want to export it. So go to File and Export and Media. And we'll just have to wait for that video or that window to pop up. Sometimes it takes a minute, I think. Maybe not. Sometimes I just get impatient. Come on. Control M works sometimes. Okay, so there's my window for exporting. It doesn't matter what this window looks like. However you have your video, so 1080 by 1080 or 1080 by 1350 is what mine is. It doesn't matter, like if it's a 1080 by 1080, there might be some black lines on the side. It's just scaled to fit. Don't worry about that part. It will export as your settings are. So on the settings part on the right here, you will want the format to be H.264 and preset. If you look at the bottom here, you can see estimated file size. So you can change that if you want a high bit rate. You can change your file size to be, that's a 142. If you want a medium bit rate, 44. Adaptive high bit rate, that one's even bigger, 189. Adaptive medium, 118. And low is 58 is what I have this one at. I like it because it's about the right size to put onto Facebook, put on Instagram, and not have it be uploading for like, or downloading for like ever. So this is what I like to do it at, or put it at. So then for the output name, you can click on the blue and change where it's saving to. So mine saves to my videos. And then I can change the name to, usually I put complete because it's got all the stuff on it. It's got the title and the captions and the progress bar, it's got everything on it. As you can see, I've already exported it. So I'm going to save that. Yes. Because I'm replacing it. Make sure that export video and export audio are ticked off so that you're exporting and you have your audio, you're exporting and you have your video. There was one YouTube video I watched and there was a guy who said that somebody forgot to export the audio and it's a video without audio. So yeah. For these settings down here, I don't change anything. There's really, it's not too much to change. Sometimes with the captions, like I burn my captions into my video, obviously, but you can put none. Oh look, there's no captions, so you can save it without captions, you can save it with your captions. I like my captions, I spent time on them, I'm going to keep them. And then that's pretty much it, and then you click export, And depending on the size, it could take anywhere from a couple minutes to 5 or 6 minutes to export it. But there you go. That is how you export your video, and it'll end up being an MP4, which is a file type that I really like, and most platforms do as well. Like I said in the last part, if you have any questions and I gave this video to you personally, definitely reach out and I will help you out. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys.